Good evening.
Hello?
How's everybody doing? We're live. Alice, we're
Yay!
live. God damn it, Alice, we're live. How is everybody doing? How's everybody out there in the universe that's watching this? If you're watching this from the future, which is your present day, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened and why this is the last recording to survive from the year 2024.
World War Three. World War Three.
No, I'm having mad anxiety about it. No World War III on stream.
Only in stream.
Only in stream. Yeah. You are very welcome along to another stream here at D8 Dungeon. You are watching Beyond Horizon's Edge, Chapter 5, Left Buried Below. And before we dive into the campaign and the adventure and all the things that we need to tell you about, I'm going to quickly, because I think they might need it, ask the gang to go around, and I'll give you some time to think about it. You can have a little huddle pile over. We haven't been on main campaign for the last 3 sessions. Actually, since we haven't been on main campaign since before January, y'all.
That's wild.
Madness. So I think folks in chat might need a recap.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of you might need a recap. While y'all are okay, so I tell you what, I'm gonna go in order of my left. So we're gonna go clockwise from my left. So Emma, Island, Richard, and Kat. So Emma to kick off the events that led us up to this point, with Kat to round out where we are and what's happening. That doesn't involve you all getting levels, because I have a feeling Kat will just randomly throw it in there at the end that we leveled up. So I'm going to hold off on that.
No! I do that at the end of the episode.
You mean from like the start of the season, or from?
Well, I will. You get to start us off.
In character or out of character?
Oh.
We'll let you decide that as well. What everybody's I mean, in character would be a lot more fun.
Yeah, I can get away with a lot more. Okay.
Leaving it up to our poor note taker in the middle.
Here are my notes.
That's a fresh copybook.
God damn it.
So we.
No, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give you all a few minutes, because I'm going to do all the whole like spiel at the top, and then I'll let you all take over, and then we'll dive into it. Before we get into our recap,
Sorry, I just saw a note and it has asterisks on both sides and in all caps. It's from one of the prologues, obviously, and it says, Reggie hates chickens now, canon.
Yep. That's important information to know. So before I put my story in the hands of the players, I want to very quickly make mention of some friends of the show. And if you are in need of some dice or TTRPG accessories as a player or a DM, maybe you want some cool enamel pins, then I strongly encourage you to check out our friends over at Mystery Dice Goblin. And if you use the code D8 at checkout, you get 15% off your order. And we'll get a portion of the sale as well. That comes back to us. And that helps us pay for art and commission music and collaborate with kind of all sorts of makers to zhuzh up the place, zhuzh up the joint. So do check out Mystery Dice Goblin. I know a certain person that's getting married. Dice always makes a wonderful gift. No, get two sets of dice. I'm sure eventually his husband might lose the will and battle and just play D&D. Probably not. So then I have 2 sets, or that DM has 2 sets of dice. If this is your first time here, you are very, very welcome along. You can catch all of our previous episodes over on our Twitch channel, and it's just twitch.tv, youtube.com /D8 Dungeon. But that's who we are. We are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts. By the way, just in case anybody watching is like, wow, Declan has really attentive players. They're all on their phones. They're all scrambling to send each other's notes. They're all scrambling. So
Can I copy your homework?
Can I cog real quick?
Okay, just don't make it look obvious. I was actually getting all my D20s and ready to go.
You'll need them.
The big
But
one.
that's who we are. We are Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts. We produce several shows outside of Beyond Horizon's Edge. We have a podcast series that drops fortnightly on Fridays called Romancing a Dungeon. We kickstarted Random DMs last Thursday. And in this campaign, this season, we are playing Dragon of Icespire Peak. I found myself in the hot seat last Thursday. But next week, Ralph picks up the very first part of Dragon of Icespire Peak, where we're playing the canon and established modular adventure from Wizards of the Coast for D&D. So check that out every Thursday. And then this Wednesday, normally it's Thursdays, but this Wednesday, our TTRPG talk show, Ben and Declan on a Roll, is taking place. But it's not Ben and Declan on a roll, it's Ben and Amber on a roll, because I'm busy making my wedding cake, so I don't have time to stream and make the wedding cake. Sorry about it. Not sorry. Well, no, I am sorry about it because I missed that show. So do check it out on this Wednesday from 7:30. Amber is top class, so and so is Ben. Ben is also top class, but he's always there. So okay, that's all my stuff taken care of. If you were out there in chat, do say hello. Do let me know if you think I'm being too lenient with the players. I can be easily swayed by chat. And I think it's time for our recap before we dive into it. So, Emma, where are you starting our story from?
I'm going to start off where Eilish's notes start. Essentially, we were all just kind of messing about, bored, the usual stuff, and the new recruits started, and they were not too bad. It's kind of fun to mess about with them, and whatever. They really looked up to Regiment. That's canon, and they
Did I write that?
they all went out on their first mission. I brought them out because I'm really nice like that, and I like looking after the new folks. The rest of them went off gallivanting somewhere, and then when we came back to the town, something had happened to one of them. I don't know which one. Eilish, does your note say?
Let's hand over then to Diara.
I wasn't listening.
Right?
So where did you leave it?
Alasha.
Oh yeah, she was dying, and personally, I thought she was being a bit of a drama queen. Like, everybody bleeds a bit on their first mission, but it was fine. Byron was losing his shit. Like, it's not like he hasn't put any of us in near-death experiences, but then Annam came to the rescue and was like, "Yeah, here, she's fine," and wrapped her horns. And then I was like, "Oh wait, I know how to cure wounds." So I was like, "Pat, you'll be fine. Don't worry. Now tell us what you remember." But she was having none of it because she was pretty much unconscious. Again, like I said, drama queen.
But just before we go to Annam, I'd just like to interject there that she was dying like that. I mean, there's being put in harm's way, and she was dying. But over to Annam.
After Bridie the herbalist saved poor Alasha, we set off with what little instructions we had on how to find the others. My notes simply say, stagnant river water, soaked moss, bog water, mahogany. Followed the river crossroads. River got wider / faster. Ground got marshier. Crossroads east to bridge. East on south bank. Bank 1 hour. Crossbow bolt and log. Hole bye. Okay, yes, love you, bye. And that's pretty much everything that happened. We got to the river that was too boggy to actually continue wading through around about where we thought we were supposed to be. There was a whole drama with us trying to get across the river. It went okay.
Why did we go to the river? Why did we go to the river?
The directions on where to find the others that Alasha had given us through her half incapacitated head, keys. And we found the entrance to what might be the right cave.
And Kat, anything you wanted to add or fill in the blanks of?
Just want to remind everyone that Mooney did something really cool.
Okay.
And she actually got the information from Alasha by using the dream spell. And I thought that was a really cool character moment, but I guess not, so I guess I'll die.
Yes. The important notes there: Mahogany, drama queen, and the interns looked up to me. So everybody clearly taking well-rounded game notes.
We also, let's see. Important notes. Byron gave Diara the Scroll of Sending, which Minnie eventually copied into her own spellbook. We found 2 dead bodies under a cart that were heavily injured and partially gutted. A man and a woman, a farmer in their 40s. They leave the horses to chill out in the field. Minnie is grabbed by tendrils and pulled down into the water, but they're okay now. The gang find a hole and investigate, and that's where we left off. Oh, we found a cord belonging to Sunny, but they're probably dead.
I mean, in the time it took us to do this recap, they probably bled out, yeah.
And I will pepper in 1 or 2 bits and pieces. So if for anybody that has been watching the streams over the last few weeks, you'll know that we've had some players not able to make it, but we've done some kind of prologues and backstory stuff and side quests. All of which are canon, but one of which kind of brought us back to kind of current day events, where the gang begin their descent down into the cave beneath the river. A small badger has found his way to the bridge, clutching a gold coin. Well, it's tied around his neck, but we are going to start with the 4 of you descending the cave. And is there a particular order? Like, as you are, I think, Mooney, you were last down, if I recall, because you were kind of dealing with weird vibes up on top of the riverbank, but with everybody else kind of climbing downwards. It's not a
Mooney fell.
It's not a climb.
Mooney fell down the hole, is what my notes say.
Did I fall?
So it says we all climb down. Mooney spots someone watching us, hears you don't belong here, like she did in Alasha's dream, before crashing and falling down the hole.
Oh, I do remember that. How exciting. Woo!
You do. It is that thing as maybe Annam and Regiment are kind of it's that thing of like it's a slope down. This isn't a sort of grabbing onto ledges and climbing down. You are sort of like 1 foot in front of the other, kind of angled for grip. The rock is coarse and wet, and there is that sort of heavy, damp, overpowering smell sort of lingering here as you sort of stumble down into this. Mooney, you at one stage, like kind of foot in front of the other, you kind of half tumble over yourself and you land on your backside, and it's I think now where it might be safer for you to even kind of scoot down. Your skirt's wet and muddy already. You are sort of following behind the others, and as as the four of you kind of look back, hearing Mooney slip and fall, you do see that the light from the mouth of the cave, and it's barely kind of 4 foot wide, but the light overhead is dwindling. Like what little light was pouring down into this, and there's the sound of the river rushing past, but it is drowning itself all around all of you as well. You can hear it as you sort of slip in under it. Your hands sort of sinking into the muck, scratching against the stone. What's everybody doing?
Is it dark?
It's dim currently. Like you don't see any end in sight, Mooney, as you are sort of like looking down ahead of the others. You don't know how far down this slope goes.
Can I even do that? Do I even have that prepared? No, I don't think I do. Do I have that Firbolg magic? Oh, I do! Can I use my Firbolg magic? Because I'm kind of sus and just detect magic?
Yes, you can.
Let me see where features and traits.
While Kat's looking at that up, what's everybody else doing?
Reading their character sheet.
Yes, I got it. 30 feet. Oh, it's for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to detect magic for 10 minutes. 30 feet radius.
I have a torch, do I?
I think we all do.
Oh yeah.
But I want to ask,
Yeah.
can minor illusion create like a light?
No. That would be the light spell.
Can I light my torch?
Yes, you can. And Anam, anything in particular that you're doing?
I was also just going to light a torch. I'll take specifically take one of my small hand axes in one hand and a torch in the other.
Okay.
Ready for anything.
As Regiment and Anam, the kind of seeing Mooney now kind of scooting down the slope, you kind of maybe the group kind of stops to kind of like get a sense of bearings. And Diara, as you are trying to make sense of, what's in front of you, what's around you, you watch as Regiment and Anam are sort of struggling to light a torch here. You have to remember that you were wading through water.
Can I light mine with Druidcraft, if that helps?
Yes. Yes. So it is that thing. It's not so much that like you light it with Druidcraft, where it's more you sort of dry out the timber, and that's able to help kind of get a better light on it. And Regiment, from that, yours is like it's not as bright a flame, but it kind of spits every now and again. But the both of you have two sort of torches lit, and it's casting shadows along the walls here. And you are, you're all kind of half kind of crouched, maybe with the exception of Mooney, who's sitting down and scooting, and Regiment, who's a little shorter, but everybody else is sort of like haunched over. You can, both Anam and Diara, put a hand to the ceiling here, and like that you feel roots hanging down, and you can feel the wet from the soil. It's sort of dripping, and it's cold. But you do see a ledge about maybe 20 feet away, Reggie, and I'm just sort of where this slope seems to come to a stop, and there is a short drop below, and you can see kind of more mud and earth, sort of just the cave floor. Mooney, As you concentrate on detect magic, you do feel it sort of emanating from Anim. And again, it's that familiar sense. You even know what the magic is, just as you kind of reach out past it, and it's that strange feeling. You reach out kind of 30 feet to detect, and 20 feet away there is a void.
A void.
There is nothing beyond it. You feel the emptiness of magic.
Oh.
Give me a wisdom saving.
Oh,
throw.
Jesus Christ, you have to. 1. Oh, 6.
You are frightened.
Oh, no. What is that?
The thought of existing, living in a space where magic does not exist terrifies you.
So
And
I can't go further toward that source of fear, so that void?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scared.
yeah, and it's not even that sort of like, oh, I'm shivering with it. There is a pit, a ball, a weight, an anchor sitting in your guts. It's that thing of standing at the edge of a tall building and looking down over it, and just that voice in the back of your mind, that you can't quite hear it, but it's there, and just nothing beyond that.
And that is like beyond this ledge that we're looking.
Yeah.
Then he scoots back and she hides behind Diara.
What are you doing?
I don't want to go. Can we go back, please?
None of us want to be here. We have to go get them, though.
No, what? Maybe they're fine though. Maybe they're absolutely. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's like a big joke.
Mm.
And they're planning like a big party for us back at the village, and this is like a big distraction. They're probably expecting.
Maybe the party was in the pit.
Maybe the party's in the pit. Well, I don't want to go. I don't like parties. We should just go, please.
Diara just kind of looks at Annam and Reggie like, what are we doing here? She's the biggest one.
What's wrong with you, Mooney? Normally you love a dark cave to explore.
I do love a dark cave, that is true. But, I do my little furbolg thing and see if I can find anything fun, and there's nothing ahead. There's, just nothing. No magic.
Okay.
I don't think we should be here.
If there's no magic, is that not good? It means we have an advantage.
Well, what if I go in there with my magic and, everything's just no, not you, and then I just go boop? Because magic can't exist in there.
That won't happen.
How do you know, though? What if I stay here and just make sure no one comes out?
Okay.
And then I've got a message of sending. I can send a message to you and tell you. Or I can go back to the village and I can stay there. I don't know where I was going with that one.
And never leave again.
How about myself and Diara will stand either side of you and make sure that you're okay, and we'll do it together.
We'll hold your hands.
And I will go first, and if anything big and scary happens in there, it's me and you run.
Someone hold my hand. Alright, sorry I wasn't paying attention to the last 30 seconds. My mum texted me. But I assume we're going on then, but just...
There's also a part of me that hopes that was in character.
Hi, Mooney's mum.
So, Dara, are you taking
Yeah.
Mooney's hand? Okay, and so Adam, you're taking the lead.
Yeah.
It is that thing, Dara. Like, it's not that you don't believe Mooney. It's just that it doesn't make any sense, and then not a lot of things about Mooney make sense. And maybe this is just one of those things that they're saying for the sake of it. You don't quite know. But as you take her by the hand, you actually feel her physically trembling. Like there's it's not real, and it's that moment where you kind of even half sort of like, oh boy, that's weird. It's almost as if the fear was catching, but you watch as Anam and Reggie head closer to the ledge, and it's not. I say a ledge. It's not like a 100-foot drop down here at that. You're literally looking at maybe sort of a hop over. It's less than 10 feet down, and you could even kind of scramble against it. But it is just a plateau of exposed rock and pools of water, and this seems to be like it's incredibly cold down here, and you can hear somewhere in the distance the sound of the river or some part of the river rushing by. There's a long passageway that's sort of from here you can see clearly carved in under the bedrock of the river.
We can see that it has been carved.
Yeah, but again, not by hand. This might be given the amount of water here, given the pools all around you and the exposed rock, this probably was a channel or is a channel that the river may flood into.
Oh, okay. The river may flood into.
Mm-hmm.
Can I is that something that we would be aware of? Being from the area?
Give me a nature or history check if you want, Dara.
I'm good at both of those.
What's everybody else doing down here? Well, maybe with the exception of Mooney, who, for the record, you're still under the frightened condition, by the way. Even though you're being led here, you're still frightened. So.
I'm just inching my way forward.
Okay.
Trying to make sure everyone's keeping up.
Unnatural 20
on
the river check, or knowing that this cave is liable to flooding.
Which of those are you pulling?
Nature.
Again, the water is you can still see small little shallow little strips, not strips, like little streams of water kind of coming through here, sort of weaving kind of between these shallow little pools and stuff like that. This isn't a dried passage. So, and you do know that the Alahan River has flooded in times of heavy rain. Like it has. Now, it has been raining, but not anywhere near anything you would recall. And if it was flooded, this place probably you wouldn't be able to get down here.
Okay. Is it something though that if it floods, we're not going to be able to get back out?
Again, you can clearly tell that this chamber fills the whole way. So if it floods, this isn't the way you'll come back, because the whole thing will be underwater.
It wasn't raining when we came in, though, was it?
It wasn't, but it has been raining.
Okay, I'm going to convey all this to the rest.
Yeah, sorry, Adam.
Sorry. No, go ahead. Just in response to what's happening.
You want a Druidcraft?
The weather.
No rain today.
The Druidcraft says you can see what the weather will be for the next 24 hours.
You are the Omega Man of this universe. You want to just get a sense of the weather. Again, it's that thing of you reach out and you kind of connect with kind of it's like placing a hand on the rock. It's rubbing some of the dirt between your fingers. It's just getting that little bit closer to nature. It's breathing in the air and the cold and the wet. And as you do that, give me a wisdom saving throw.
9.
Oh,
Confident in that.
Confident.
There's you can hear something beyond. And as you connect with your magic, something else connects with it too. Free me. And the weather, all of it, none of it matters. You have to free her.
Do we all hear that or just Anna?
Just Annam. What's Reggie up to at this point? Yeah.
Sorry.
I will come back to you, Annam, but I just want to see, just check in with old Reggie.
Reggie is looking around with his torch and not realizing that anything else is going on. And he's just he's probably going to check in on Mooney. Like, how are you feeling now? You all right?
I don't feel very good at all. I don't want to be here.
I don't think any of us want to be here, but at least we're here together.
No, it doesn't work. No, I don't feel bad. I just feel scared. I'm just more aware that there's more people here to see me scared. So now I feel self-conscious as well, so thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Always a help. This is really unlike you, though. Normally you're the first to face any danger, you know?
I know, but I've not felt anything like this before. I'm feeling nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, no, not even a wee bit of magic. Just complete absence of it, and I don't like it at all.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good.
Like, is there any sign of them? Like, do we know for certain they're down here?
No, but you're starting to scare me now, so...
Sorry.
No, it's alright. I don't mean to take away your feelings. Alright, let's make a plan, because I'm not feeling great about this now.
It is that thing, Regiment, as you kind of turn from Mooney and you see that Diara is staring up at kind of the roof of the cave that you're in, just kind of getting a sense of it. And she seems to be like checking around. There is no sign of Annam.
Annam, you tick shite, where are you?
Hold on, I've got a text. It says, "You are dead." What? Tickled where am
Sorry,
I?
that's also from Mooney's mom.
Just a school.
I love the idea that Mooney has like a heart tattoo that just says mom on it. And an anchor. Mooney's mom is definitely a pirate or was a pirate at some point.
No, she chickened out halfway through getting it done, so it just says moo.
Moo. Oh, that's for you, baby. I got that for you. My little moo.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you call out to Annam. There's no response.
Jeepers. I do not like it. Okay, between this and Mooney, do you want to get out of here? Adam's had a good life.
Mooney's detect magic is still pinging. I don't know if maybe Annam has any magic that she might be able to ping him. Ping, ping.
There is no magic. There is There is nothing.
Nothing. Not even like. Oh. Oh no. I don't like it. Did he go further in?
Can we see, like, I know you said, like, we get to so far and then there's the drop. Is there, like, passages away then from the drop?
You're off the drop. I assumed you had scrambled down.
Yeah.
Into this sort of, like I said, this cavern, the river has obviously cut a path through it. And it is that thing, Daira, you remember Anam kind of going a little ahead, but like not so far that he would have, like, not told you or not signaled something.
But is there more than one exit, or is it literally just one?
There's only one. You can only see one.
Okay. She is going to. Yeah, she can't really do anything. She's just gonna have a little stroll cautiously down in the direction she thinks Anam has gone.
Where are you going?
We have to find him.
Why is he always doing this?
If we come back with none of the recruits, Byron's gonna go mad.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Someone has to mind Mooney, so I'm gonna stay here with Mooney. You go look.
I want to go with Diara. I don't think we should separate.
Reggie, are you being a chicken right now?
No.
You sure? Yeah. You're sounding like a chicken.
No, I just looking after Mooney, that's all.
Well, Mooney said she wants to come with me.
So do I.
Alright. Lead the way, so.
Alright. And he does.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology. Got him.
We got him.
Regiment hesitantly and sort of nervously, you head in the direction that Diara points, and you do see a sort of a narrow passageway, sort of torn through the river rock and the earth here, and it is one of those things that, like, you are kind of, you remember that Anam lit a torch. There should be a light ahead, but there's nothing. It's just darkness beyond. And Mooney, with your detect magic up, that void, it goes everywhere. And as you sort of hang on to like, it's gone from holding Diara's hand to now holding her arm. You feel it almost watching you.
Oh.
And there's something so wrong.
Oh, I hate it. I just realized I've got the light cantrip. So I'm going to cast light on my little shepherd's hook and just try and, like, wave away the darkness.
You do, like, as you bring the magic up around you, give me a wisdom saving throw. At disadvantage because you're already frightened.
Oh, I hate my life. Oh, disadvantage? That's still good, 13.
You hold on to it as you feel the void pull the magic from you. Like, you actually feel these tendrils of darkness and emptiness just wrap themselves, almost as if they are going to pull the crook from your hands, as if they are reaching deep within you into that well of magic, that font of arcane that sits within you. And you pull away from it as your crook lights up, and feeling that connection to your magic again, the frightened status is gone. And your magic there's magic all around you.
Oh,
There's magic. There, you. It's not that there's a ping, but somewhere beyond, at the edges of your ability, at the edges of your magic, the spell that you are sort of just reaching out with, you can feel something with powerful magic of its own.
oh, this isn't so bad after all. I can actually feel something now.
The passageway that you are in, Reggie and Diara, is glowing. Like as Mooney kind of waves and wags their shepherd's crook overhead, there is just a light. What's
like
everybody's
Gandalf.
what's everybody's passive perception?
Passive perception.
11.
18.
Oh, passive perception 9.
Okay.
Stupid level 10.
Reggie, you're not able to focus on much. It is that thing of like, what's that? What's that? What's that?
Yeah.
Like every little drip, every little stone that tumbles, every movement of the wind that sort of whistles through the cave here is something. Every shadow is something, and your eyes are kind of drawn to everything. You're on high alert. Mooney, it's more the thing of you are too focused in on yourself and your connection to your magic again, and that's sort of almost lost in, not in thought, but like lost in your own sense of self. And that, yes, I can feel who I am again. And Diara, as you sort of like, it's that thing of like, okay, you can put the crook out of my face. It's a little bit glowy. You can kind of hear a chattering. It is a low, and then there is a growling hiss, and then there is silence beyond.
Is it like a chattering that I'd recognize as the sound of a knoll then?
It's the sound of something like an owl, yes.
Okay. And it's in the direction we're walking? Okay. I think I can hear them, so everybody be chill. Adam's probably gone ahead to try and rob us of our glory. We probably should let him. But anyway, just keep your wits about you. I think they're close by.
All right. Minnie kind of like takes the lead a little bit. She's still holding Diara's hand, but she's kind of like leading her on towards where she detects this significant font of magic.
And Reggie's gonna just kind of scutter along beside her and just be like, "Don't worry, I'm still here. Nothing to be afraid of. We've got this together."
As so you are just pressing on.
Yes.
As you come, like as you kind of edge a little closer to the through the passageway, kind of alerted by Diara's warning that there is something beyond, you hear footsteps approaching. And then stumbling in the dark towards all of you, you see a furbolg. You see Sonny. A deep wound in his left shoulder as he sort of stumbles out and into the dark, into you, and you just see a look of fear on his face. They have the others.
Calm down, buddy. We've arrived.
Diara's gonna put her, like, bring him into an embrace and cast Cure Wounds on him. It's okay. We're here.
Roll for spend your spell slot and
It's 2d8 plus 2. 6, 9, 4 is 10. 12.
You give me an Arcana check.
Oh no, it's a 7. Whew. 7 plus 5, 12.
1 second. Okay, nope, that's fine. Yeah, the magic washes over you, and you see the wound. I mean, it's still bloody, like where the stab wound is, but Sunny just kind of like staring at the three of you. They have the others. You have to come, please.
Like, who has them? Like Knowles or?
Yes, please. I think it's, and he literally visibly shaking.
Can Diara do an insight check?
Yeah.
Oh. 22.
They seem totally in shock. Like you can literally see their eyes are just glassed over, Diara. But there's something in the pit of your stomach that isn't.
She's gonna just kind of hold his shoulder and be like, Sunny, who's in the cave?
The others.
What are their names?
As you say this, you see Sunny's eye shift, and where you saw these sort of large, deep brown, very warm eyes, they sort of light up with this glowing red, like the eyes you'd see as the light catches a dog's eyes at night. That reflection, that mirror, and you watch as Sunny's whole visage sort of twists and contorts as a Knoll woman just takes one step back and she slashes out with a claw.
What a bitch.
I'm going to need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw spell save DC 14.
One, so 19.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
21.
Okay, so Regiment 19,
Mm-hmm.
Mooney 21, Diara 8.
Mm-hmm.
She casts slow as she slashes the air around her. She cuts and carves through. And Mooney, you immediately feel the effects, and you know the spell as she weaves it around her will. Diara, your movement speed is halved. You have a -2 to your AC, and you have a penalty to -2 to your dexterity saving throws as well. You can't use any reactions, and on your turn, you can either use an action or a bonus action.
Okay. What was you say? I can't use reactions.
You can't use reactions.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to need everybody to make a an initiative roll.
-1 or 2? -2 to AC.
-2 to your AC and -2 to Dex saving throws.
God damn.
18 for the initiative.
Okay.
I got 13.
19. Now she rolls well.
Bear with me. I'm just going to. Oh, you know what? I must bring up that initiative tracker that we were using before as well.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, yes! Okay, that's a nat 20 for me. It's really, really funny, Eilish. When you were rolling your insight check, I rolled for deception and I got a nat 20.
You fucker.
But I'm going to actually give you inspiration for, because I don't want to use like a nat 20 as sort of that's a get out of jail free card from a new believer. But you still played it very well, so I'm going to give you a point of inspiration that you can use.
Thanks.
No bother. So I'm going to give that to. Okay. Bear with me. And then Shrinker. Who is this? That was. Oh, yeah. Jetho. Okay. Oh, okay. I rolled pretty okay for these guys. Okay. And Jetho. Okay, so we're going to say that was her using her turn, but out of the dark, an arrow just cuts through the air, and Reggie, does an 18 hit?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
I want to see if I have a. No, I have everything on. Oh, if I have my shield, it still hits. Yes. Yeah, sure does. Yeah.
Okay, so take 7 piercing damage, and then I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throws con +6. That's a 2, so that's 8 in total.
You fail. Your movement speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. As the arrow cuts through the air, it whizzes past the Knoll woman, who you now see her kind of in this long torn black gown covered in like muck and stains and dried blood. She stands at a haunched 6'3", and she's sort of maneuvering backwards. And then as you see her weave energy around, and you watch as Diara is sort of just it's almost as if time is slowed around her. You see her kind of slowly reacting to everything. An arrow cuts through the air and it buries itself into your flesh as it rips a chunk out of your left leg. The arrow came out of the dark ahead of you. It is...
No good.
Yeah, sorry. It's going to take another shot at you. And nope. This time, when it fires, it shoots into the dark, and it hits, and there's a cracking sound as the arrow hits a wall. That guy's go. It is over to Diara.
Is the Knoll woman still in front of me?
Yes, she is. Yeah, there's the kind of about maybe 6 feet between you and her.
I'm going to cast blindness on her.
Okay.
It's a con save of 15.
You are going to need to roll a d20.
Ooh. It's a nat 20.
Yay.
Okay. So the spell will take effect. So when you now cast spells, it's going to take... you have to roll a d20 each time, and lower than 11, the spell won't take effect until your next turn.
Okay.
So she now has to roll a con save of
15.
Okay. Con is just +1. Okay. 14 + 1.
Fuck me.
And again, it's that thing of you. At this moment, as you draw the magic up around you, you see an arrow cutting through the air, and you lock eyes with her as you see this sort of gnarled visage of an old woman, this long muzzle, these broken fangs, and kind of between her lower jaw there is like a tarnished, almost ruined bangle sort of like pierced between the two sides of her face, like her cheeks, and it hangs sort of low, and there's various sort of uh, accessories and bones and like makeshift sort of jewelry kind of all wedged and stuck into it. And as you pull the magic up around you and you spit it outwards, you see that she, again, sort of twisting and gnarling her hands defensively up around, the magic doesn't take hold. You can't take any bonus actions because you're still under the effect of slow, but you can now attempt to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh. I don't think I have a plus to wisdom. That would make sense. Oh, it's another nat 20.
Ooh, it's a good dice.
I'm gonna get those dice need to come over with you at the weekend. As we need
What's
to
the opposite of dice tail? Dice throne. Just put it on a little throne.
Dice purgatory. Yeah, you watch as she kind of twists your magic away, and using the remnants of it, you pull it back and you use it to sort of burn off the effects of her spell. As the two of you kind of go tete to tete, and with that, it is Redmond.
Okay.
An arrow taking a chunk out of your leg. You watch as this nobleman backs deeper into the cave.
I have my full distance now, right?
You still have minus 10 feet.
Okay, and is she more than 20 feet away?
No, you'll get to her easily.
He's gonna look down at his leg and just fear in his eyes. He's gonna take his bonus or not fear, sorry, anger. The opposite. He's gonna use his giant's might to get large. Because she's big, right? She's like 6 foot. Did you say? She's
over 6 foot.
Yeah, so he's gonna like Peter Puppy in Earthworm Jim, just kind of grow up and out. He's gonna rip the arrow out of his leg as he's getting bigger, and then take his great axe held over his head and run towards her.
And it's a bonus action to use your giant's might.
Yes.
Okay, so your action then to swing and hit.
Yeah. 18.
And 18 is going to hit.
Okay. And damage is slashing 12. And then I get to roll an extra 1d8 because I use my giant's might. So that's another 8. So that's 20. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, he's just pretty pissed and he's just hacking away at her.
Okay.
And using a lot of curse words.
Yeah, that's fine. Barreling, and it is that thing of Regiment with the chunk missing out of your leg. And you see Diara sort of engaging her in some sort of magic battle. You can't be fucked with it. And pulling on that rage and with no sign of anim, you barrel. And it is that thing of like, as you grow and you kind of fill out, you do actually kind of have to almost push Diara into the wall to get past her. It's like you're not gentle as you make your way out toward this woman, and just sort of pushing her out of the way. Great axe in hand, you swing at her. You see her almost kind of go to turn to half throw herself out. It doesn't matter. She's too slow. And you bury your axe sort of like down into her shoulder as she kind of went to duck and weave. She sort of half spins backwards, falls on the ground before she scrambles to her feet, and you see a large wound hacked into her. And here, now having sort of barreled past Diara out in towards this woman, you do see, there is a small sloped incline that leads up to this sort of passageway out into a much larger antechamber. And you can see a half burning sort of pit deeper into the middle of this as you look out with this open cavern. You can hear the sound of water running nearby. You you can't see anybody else. Like, that's the one thing you don't notice. Like wherever that, like, as your eye kind of looks for where that arrow came from, you don't see anybody. But then she's back up, and she's now taking kind of a step back from you, further down that incline. You see her kind of half looking back over herself to find her feet. You did your action, your bonus action. Mooney.
Mooney is going to take out her spellbook. She's going to find the page about the magical monkey paw, and she's going to cast Bigby's hand. That is going to try and grapple and grab the snow woman and prevent her from retreating further.
Okay.
So it needs to make a let's see, how do you prevent grapple? You have to do like a strength save.
Okay. Okay.
I think. Let's see.
That's a 16 with no pluses or minuses.
It doesn't say what the DC is. I'm going to assume it's my spell.
I would
DC,
assume your spell save, yeah.
which is 16.
Okay.
Meets it, beats it.
But you're again, it's that thing, Mooney, just sort of like putting one hand on the wall as you draw the magic, and what a relief to feel your magic all around you. You put your one hand on the wall, and you kind of just sink your nails a little deeper into it, and you feel the muck and the mud and the stone and the grit and the cold and the wet. There's a rumbling around you, Diarra, as you see the ground sort of burrow and quake and crack, and just out from that edge, Reggie, in front of you, you see the familiar sort of sight of a muddy, stony, rocky hand in the shape of a badger's paw just sort of swipe at the Knoll woman. She, on sensing the magic, she just kind of half glances, winces from the pain in her shoulder as her eyes lock on you, Mooney. Any bonus action?
No, the action was to summon it, and the bonus action was to grapple, so that's me.
Okay.
I just hang on to my little crook.
You see, all of you can see her eyes kind of flitting. Reggie, the closest, give me a perception check.
Okay, -1. Let's see how that goes. 5, so 4 total.
No, you literally just want to cave this woman's head in.
Yeah.
So there's a moment where her eyes kind of flit, but it doesn't matter. Fuck her. You'll kill her first, and then you'll kill the next person. And as you see this, all of you kind of hear kind of a clicking and a kind of a heavy breathing, and just this sort of a low gurgling laugh sort of bubble up from her, and then she just exhales it in this sort of, it's almost like a burp, and then the air right in front of her just twists as this thick vapor fills the space out from her and down into the gap. And I'm going to need all of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Is she casting a spell?
She is indeed.
Can I counterspell it?
You can. It's 4th level.
Okay. How many spell slots? Yeah, I'm going to counterspell 4th level.
Okay. Mooney, you see the air kind of rippling out of her, and there is just a deadness and a coldness within it. You know the spell instinctively. It's that thing of, you know it's necromantic in nature. You're not quite sure what it is that she's doing, but whatever it is, it's not good. And as you see it sort of take form, with a, it's that thing of not liking the story and where the story is going. The spell stops as Mooney closes the book on that chapter. It's that, nope, not today. And like as you slam the book in your mind shut, so too does that Knoll woman's connection to the magic, as you prevent her from casting Cloud Kill.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Good job, mate.
I fucking told you I was coming for serious. So you were warned a while ago that this wasn't going to be.
Warned.
Oh no, that would have been bad, baby.
What was it called? Cloud Kill.
Cloud Kill. It sucks.
It doesn't sound great.
I mean, it
Yeah,
sounds like a
are
delight, to be honest.
None of you are clouds. Okay. Bear with me.
Oh no, I hate when he makes that noise.
There's a it's a second too late, Diara and Reggie, as you, Mooney, concentrating on the magic. There's a moment where you hear something behind you, Diara, and as you turn in the dark, there is one swirling dead yellow eye, and there is a flash of fangs as from behind Mooney you are
No.
attacked.
Wait, hang on. Can I see this creature?
No, I rolled for stealth, so unless your your passive perception isn't
What?
great.
Yeah.
So no, and you'd be looking to beat a 24. Okay, so okay, and that is a 19 to hit. 1d8. And Mooney, I'm going to need you to take 9. I'm going to need you to take damage.
No.
And then 22 will hit as well. So
Wait.
that is.
Wait.
Go on.
When another creature you can see within 60 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to re-roll the d20 and use the new roll.
Okay.
Is that silvery barbs?
No, it's runic shield,
That
which I get
is-
at level 10.
Woo.
That's still a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I got for my con save for Bigby's hand, I got a 15.
okay.
So we're good.
Yep. You take another 6 piercing damage though.
And I got
He's
5 on my
loyal.
second con save. Does that mean I lose Bigby's hand?
You do.
Shit, my bed.
And with that, you are also now bleeding.
No, what does that do?
You must make a con save at the end of your turn or lose 1d6 maximum hit points
So a con save.
at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you don't stop the bleeding in case of any death saves after 3 death saves, you will not stabilize.
I don't want to make
A bleeding
a new
creature does not
character.
stabilize after rolling 3 successful death saves. So you won't come back up after 3 death saves, just in case. And that is it for that guy. Top of the turn. It's the other one. And that's a nat 20 to hit you, Reggie. Which is a d8 plus 8. That's 11 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
And I'm going to need you to make another con save.
So plus 6. 25.
So that's fine. Your movement speed isn't hindered. It doesn't quite yet. It cuts. Another arrow just kind of comes whizzing out of the dark. And in a second too late to react, kind of hearing Mooney cry out as something has come from behind. An arrow cuts and slices deep. This time missing your leg, but kind of scraping across your lower back. Not like catching as your armor sort of like takes the brunt of it.
And I can't see where these arrows are coming from, can I?
They're coming from deeper within the cave.
Right.
Like you'd have like, I mean, you can't see them, but you have an idea of
the direction.
Yes, yeah, they're coming from deeper within the cavern.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just shout, "Leave me the fuck alone! None of us want to be here."
It is. So that was that guy. It is now Diara. You're muted. You're muted. You muted yourself. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
That's us. She can't see who's attacking Reggie.
Nope.
Interesting.
You know Mooney's just been attacked, and that Knoll woman is in front of you.
Oh yeah, she's still there. Okay, I'm just gonna attack her then with my inflict wounds. Me. So yeah, I just reach out and touch her. I guess.
There's usually some sort of roll involved. Yeah. You have to make a melee spell attack against her.
Okay, so that 19.
That'll hit.
And then it's 3d10. Wow. Oh my god. 9. Oh, 6. 15. And 7. 22.
Oof, okay.
And that is necrotic damage, I think.
Okay, no, that's fine. As you step out into the cave, kind of following Reggie and just kind of reaching out for her, you watch as Mooney's badger claw just sort of crumples into the dirt. You hear Mooney's crying out as you reach for the Knoll woman. And as you step out and you just you grab her wrist and you watch as like her arm is torn and shredded up along kind of into her neck and along her face. She lets out a howling scream that's half the rattle of a hyena. And as she stumbles back onto her, you see her kind of half using her claw. She slashes out at you, burying her claws into the earth. You feel the magic emanating off of her. And two things happen in that exact moment. She conjures two fiendish hyenas right behind her, and like just sort of twisting out of the dark. Both Regiment and Diara, you see these awful, tainted creatures, just sort of dripping in ichor and blood and bile. Gnarling, twisted, fiendish-looking monsters, all tooth and snarl, all fixed eyes and teeth on the group of you. And the other thing that happens in that moment is all of you hear clearly rattling across the cavern, Diara, from deeper beyond. And you hear just something smash, enraged.
What?
It is Reggie. Unless you're taking any bonus actions, Diara.
I'll give Reggie my bardic inspiration.
Yeah, what does that do?
You get a d6 of to add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
All right. Let's do it. So he's still beside your one, so he's going to just try slash at her again with his great axe.
Okay.
So to hit +8. Is that a 9 or a 6? It's a 9. So 15 plus 1d6 bardic inspiration. Does a 15 hit?
No, the 15 hits.
Okay, grand. So damage. I'm just gonna do it on D&D Beyond. Is 15. I actually have extra attack, so I'm gonna do that again if that's alright.
No, you bury your axe into her, and like again with Diara still holding onto her hand, she's unable to kind of get out of the way as you cleave her in half. You bury your axe into her, and you actually sink it into the wall as you hear something out there in the dark croak Diara's name.
Are the hyenas gone?
No, the hyenas. Actually, no. I tell a lie. Let me just double check. Nope, they're gone as well.
Okay.
Sorry, you're correct. As you cut her in two, Diara, her body falls into two pieces and almost kind of pulls you down. And then immediately the hyenas just vanish behind her.
Nice, Reggie.
Yeah, that'll learn her.
Reggie, any bonus actions?
I mean, they all would have been killing her more.
Do another one.
I don't think I can. It's generally like if you hit, then. So I'm going to dash. I'm going to move 30 feet more into the cave to try find where those arrows are coming from.
Okay, you're going to make a run down the incline towards the cave, kind of coming around the side. Okay. As you are doing that, give me a perception check.
Yep. Yeah, that's a not 1 minus 1, so that's a 0.
Oh.
Just running through a cave.
As you come down this and you charge forward, you stumble. Like it's that thing of like you trip over your own feet. You're not sure if it's the wound in your leg or whatever it is, but you stumble over yourself, and it's that thing of you kind of fall flat and kind of slide forward. And as you do, Mooney, it's your action.
Oh no! And I've just been hit by one of the gnolls.
There's a gnoll right behind you, yeah.
Gnoll right behind me. I am going to cast at... no, I'm not going to cast it at 3rd level. I'm going to do something... I'm going to cast it at 2nd level. I'm just going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level at this meanie that just hit me.
Okay.
So how many darts do
4,
I get?
I believe.
No, I get 3. Actually, no. 2nd level.
That's 1.
Yes, I get 4 at 2nd level. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Get her, Mooney.
2, 5, 8. 10 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then, but my main thing I'm going to do is just going to put a bonus action and use my Firbolg magic to turn invisible. And I'm going to run into the chamber after Richmond and Diara.
Okay.
Because they are much stronger than me.
You vanish, like as you, like 4 darts of light, and they don't even, there's not, they shoot upwards, and immediately as they go up and the cavern that you had passed through lights up, Mooney, you blink, just, you turning invisible, and you dash sort of like out towards where Diara and Regiment were. You see the scene before you, that open cavern, the incline downwards, the dead gnoll woman's body, and as you rush past Diara, your 4 darts of light, all as they rise up, come immediately down like a rain on top of the gnoll, who is struck into the head, the neck, and his shoulders. It is actually his turn, and he's going to rush out forward. Not seeing you, he's just going to come out, turn, and then lock eyes on you, Diara. And as he brings his claws up, there is a click and a chatter and a low kind of growl that reverberates around the cave. No, she is mine. And he leaps off the incline down towards you, Regiment, instead. As this happens, Regiment, as you sort of slide, as you kind of trip and fall over yourself, you skid and sort of fall flat, and you were inches away from clatting your head against what at first looks like a piece of rock. And as you look up and you hear the sound, it is actually a shattered piece of column. It looks like faded pillar that has collapsed, and you spy chains wrapped around it. And as you kind of look up and over, you pick yourself up and your hands are covered in blood.
What? Is it my own blood?
You check yourself as you kind of pat yourself. Check. No, there's a couple of scrapes, so there shouldn't be that much blood. That it can't be the Knoll woman's blood because she fell in two pieces. You hear a thud just a few feet away from you as you see this large. I say large in terms of size, frame. He's this gnarly, twisted, lean. You can almost see the sinew in his muscles, sort of kind of connecting all his bones together. This Knoll sort of landed, his head turned, and just this one yellow eye kind of blink at you. And as you kind of stand up and check yourself, you see immediately over the other side of the pillar, there's the chained to it, the broken frame of a young Firbolg man. He's not breathing. He's not moving. And the Knoll comes rushing from your right flank. And Dayara, as you hear that voice call out, you look up. Somewhere in the distance, you hear footsteps just sort of scraping and scratching claws against timber. And you don't know what it is, but something is rising within you. There is a fear rising within you. Anna, you hear the voice calling out to you, and as you sort of take a couple of steps, you can hear the others behind you, and Dayara saying something about this chamber could flood and we need to be careful, and you can hear Regiment trying to calm Mooney. It doesn't matter that there; it's just white noise. It's all kind of warbled. You find your feet moving in front of you, and it's the torch in hand. You don't know what's guiding you, what's drawing you, what's pulling you, but you can hear the song, and it is a low wailing lament, heavy and drowning in sadness. And there's something about it that pulls on you, that weighs heavy in your heart, and it's not quite, the words aren't quite right, but there's a lilting there, and it sounds almost like a song your mother would sing, and it was a song that was sang to comfort sadness and loss, something that when a child was low, when a loved one was grieving, when someone found themselves in the depths of despair, the song would be sung. And it's not a song of good times. It's not a song of hope. It is a song sung that recognizes those feelings. It's an acknowledgement that where you are at right now is very, very low, very, very deep, almost lost. And as you kind of connect those, you kind of there's a change in the voice, and you find yourself turning, and they're in a crook, a hole in the wall. Your frame sort of slides through it. It's that thing of being almost, you're pressed. It's as if at any moment, if these cave walls took a breath, you would be crushed between them. But something is calling to you beyond. And as you drag and pull, you see the flittering of, you can hear Mooney and Diara and Redmond, but they are not her. And she needs to be free. And as you drag and claw and pull yourself, and you feel the rock scrape against your skin, you feel your hair snagging in jagged outcropping. You pull through it all, and stumbling free from that smothering embrace between the rock face, you're standing in a small stone room, and there is a large concrete tomb, and sitting on top of it you see a little badger, and he has a gold coin draped around his shoulders. Free me, and no despair. And we will take a break there.
Ah, no!
Unacceptable.
No!
No breaks. Keep going.
I need a pot.
Hi, we're Horde of Tales. We're an EU-based actual play Twitch channel. We have a long-form D&D campaign.
You may note us as
One, two,
3.
three.
The plane
Plane
jumpers.
diver. No.
Divers?
How did we mess this up?
And we're the new home of the EU Happy Hour.
Look, I placed them down where I thought they would be. I didn't say it was right.
We often have short-term flights that you can be a part of.
I have never heard or read a Regency-era love letter that sounded more like a booty call than that.
It's open to interpretation.
Come add to our collection at twitch.tv/Horde of Tales.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to the latest episode of Sorcery Shenanigans.
You haven't seen any cows, have you?
Once.
Going to cast I'm sorry in advance. I'm going to cast heat metal on the horse's bit.
Oh.
Believed to be Sharp. Sharp kind of pulls herself back, and she's like, well, it looks like we have ourselves a game.
And we are back. And if you are just joining us, I've been having fun. I hope the party have been having fun. But we left Mooney, Diara, and Regimond locked in battle with Knowles. And Regimond has stumbled across the body of one of the new recruits.
Rip.
Adam, you hear that voice call out to me. Free me and no despair. And you see the badger, again, just sort of sitting there staring at you.
Has the badger said this, or is the voice emanating from elsewhere?
The voice seems to be kind of coming from within your own skull.
Hello.
He just stares at you.
I'm not sure how aware I am of Mooney's escapades with this particular badger, which I'm assuming it is.
Beyond, beyond the encounter with it all those years ago, like you remember, and Mooney never stopped talking about him.
Like I've seen it at least
yes,
once.
Yes, you have.
But would I remember?
You do quite clearly see that there is just a like draped around its neck. There's a piece of cord, and there is a kind of a coin bound within it.
You hear that too, right? The voice, the singer.
Just staring at you.
I haven't gone crazy. I am talking to a badger, but I have not gone crazy.
Just continues to stare.
I'm going to step toward him and examine the tomb.
From a step in, you see he gets low. Like he does go down a little bit. Like he kind of like haunches himself a little bit as you make a kind of a step in.
Like he's getting ready to attack.
Like he's not quite but his eyes are locked on you as he does this. So like again, you've seen animals attack. You've seen animals kind of get defensive and aggressive. This is that kind of stance. Now he's not, like I said, he's not showing teeth. He's not hissing or spitting around like that yet. But it is, I think, if he got defensive. But as you take that step deeper in, the room itself is it's about 8 by 8 feet. Like it's nothing. There's nothing ornate about it. It is flagstone walls. The floor is flagstone and it's wet. The concrete tomb itself, this sort of large. There is nothing ornate about it. It is just a stone box with a heavy set slab sitting on top of it.
Now, my friend Mooney would love to meet you. Would definitely know what to do right now. I put my axe away and like hold my hand out toward the badger like you do when you're meeting a friendly, possibly animal.
Badger. As you do this, it just takes a swipe at you for 13 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. He does. As you reach a hand out, he goes to swipe.
I don't want to hurt a tiny animal. I'm getting the sense you do not wish me to approach the tomb. That is a peculiar thought for an animal, especially one who will not speak.
As like this much closer, this much further into the room, you clearly see he's not actually on the edge of this. Behind him, almost as if he's trying to hide it, there is a recess in the top of the coffin, disc-shaped.
Am I still hearing the singing in the voice?
No, it has gone quiet.
There's no like compulsion to move forward to do anything here?
No.
Does it seem like I could get back the way I came?
You look over your shoulder. There's no way out that way.
We are at an impasse, friend. Tell me, did you get in the same way as me? And I step closer. Don't put my hands forward, don't. Posture.
Even still, now he bares teeth.
And since it's just you and I here, if you're not willing to make friends, and I step forward again, probably like just out of reach of it.
Yeah, there's now there's a deep rumbling within him, like he's snarling.
Want to hurt you. But maybe if you let me look, we can both get out of here.
He's not attacking, but he's not relinquishing his stance either. And that growling is like, it's that thing of like, it's almost like getting closer to a cat that doesn't want to be pet. That like, what kind of within him.
I am going to take a risk that you can understand me. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to look. And I place my head closer. But I'll put my hands up like behind me to show them we have to trust each other. It's just you and I here.
You're trying to get closer.
Now. Don't hurt Adam.
You want to look at what specifically? Like
what's behind him? I want to see what's going on.
Again, like I said, this room is just 8 by 8. But as you sort of get closer and you are looking, you do see a small disc-shaped recess behind him. No bigger than a coin, should we say.
Okay. No, I don't want to be here. I was looking for some friends of mine. Have you seen them? Do you know a way out of here?
He hisses.
I have a friend just like you. You and I will be friends. Walk around the other side of the tomb? Like, is there space behind it as well?
There is. Again, it's set here, sort of in the middle. And as you circle, he turns his body, all the while sort of standing in defense of this space. Shifting round the other side of this tomb, there is a coldness emanating from it. There is you don't have to touch it, you don't have to feel it to know that it is there. And as you round it, there is this sort of painful sense of familiarity with this feeling, this emptiness. And just glance and rounding the corner to the other side, you watch as the badger turns as well. Free me, and know yourself.
I don't have anything coin-sized or shaped aside from actual coins, do I? This is the point where somebody should be looking at their notes and being like, "Oh, we got the thing."
He's wearing a little coin. He's wearing it.
I don't want to hurt him.
Snap his neck.
Jesus.
That's the key, isn't it? And you're not going to give it to me, and you and I will stay here until I starve to death or get bored of waiting.
As you look down at the almost like the medal that he's wearing, it is that thing, and it's the right size. It looks like it would fit. It looks just like a gold coin, and it is that thing that as you stare at it, there's something about this little medal that this badger is wearing around his neck that you can't kind of take your eyes off of. And seeing you kind of notice that he drops low, and he almost like kind of half buries it in the folds of his own fat and his fur. So he tries to kind of like haunt himself around it defensively. That's him in the background defending it.
This will be a mistake. I have no doubt this will be a mistake in the long run, but right now... And I lunge at the badger. I'm going to grab that coin. I don't want to hurt him. I'm going to take that coin.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
16.
Okay. And then based on that, give me a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Okay, that's enough. But you're still going to take... Okay. You're still going to take 6 thunder damage. It's that thing of like your eyes are on it. You can't take them off. You cautiously wait for that moment, and I'm waiting for him to blink, waiting for him to lose concentration, and then you snap for the medal, the coin, the trinket, whatever it is that's on his shoulders. And as you feel for it, there is something light about it to the touch. There is something, you can feel kind of grooves and engravings on it, but as you yank it away from his shoulders, you watch as the badger brings one paw up and slam it down on the lid of the tomb, and there is just a ripple and roll of thunder energy from him as he casts Thunder Wave outwards. You pull the thing away, you find your feet as it wallops into you, and it is just that booming sound in your ears. And cutting through it, there is just this sharp, shrill yes, as something compels you to put the coin in place. The badger moves defensively, growling and spitting at you, his teeth bared.
Now you say compelled. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled are we talking here?
We are wisdom saving throw compelled.
Like, you want me to make one, or that's from the one I already made?
No, I want you to make one.
12.
This coin fits there, and you know it fits there, and it should go there. And with the badger full on like snapping and snarling and kind of swiping, like it's using its whole body to block you. You know that this should go there, but in that moment with the coin in your hand, it doesn't. It looks like gold. It feels like gold in your hand, but it isn't as heavy as a gold coin would feel. And as you pick it up and examine it, it is one of those things where on one side there are you clearly see what looks to be three sort of pointed oval shapes, all kind of interlocked, like woven together, as if knotted. But two have sort of a fold, as if they're like kind of a wedge just sort of sitting over them. One is open, like there is a dot. Give me a religion check.
Oh, 3.
You're not sure. It looks vaguely familiar to you, but you're not certain. On the other side, as you kind of turn it, there is an embossed on the coin. You see what looks to be like a bird. And as you kind of turn your hand, this side seems to glisten and glow more than the other. And etched along the rim of the coin, you see the word "Hope Springs Eternal." And you feel drawn to the coin. Like this feels important. But so does the recess.
I will look at the badger, and possibly faster than Anam has ever done it. Anam just explodes. Anam's whole form just bursts into his rage, and with the movement almost like a spring in action, I will mighty impale the badger with the force of transforming and growing, and just grab him and throw him against the far wall. He needs to make a strength saving throw, DC 17.
That's a -3 to this roll. That was a nat 1.
No.
You again, it's that thing by the scruff. You grab and you just fling, and there is a yelp as he hits the wall. He slumps to the ground. He doesn't get up.
The words from the voice are resonating in Anam's head. And as he puts the coin in the recess, he just says to himself, to the badger, to the room, to no one, "I will know myself." Presses it in.
As you like again holding the coin, and just batting the badger out of the off the top of it, bringing it closer. It's that it's almost magnetic, the pull. And you don't know if it's the coin into this space. You don't know if it is your hand and this decision. You do not know if it is the voice within or something deeper, something that sits well buried below in you. But something forces you, needs to put this coin. And as you bring it closer, you start to see the actual tomb begin to kind of glow as lines begin to form. And the closer it does, you see that the light that was glistening in the coin begins to fade and die as the coin almost getting duller. And then there is a click as the coin is almost pulled from your hand as you set it in place. And the lid of the tomb slides open. And you see that the coin just... the center eye closes and a third opens. And on the lid, just carved, cracked, chiseled, clawed, you see the words, "Where hope comes to die." And the voice just rings in your ear. Know thyself and be free. And you just hear a woman scream somewhere beyond, somewhere deep within you. A memory unlocks. And all you hear is, "Annam, no, he's your father." And the smell of blood. The flash of steel. And death close at hand. And a sinking feeling of despair. In the cavern, there is a rattling sound, like claws scratching against wood dire somewhere beyond. And we're going to stick to the initiative order. I think everybody had gone. Yes, Money and Blood Claw came out, landed, went to attack. Yep. So it is... okay. No, I assume, Redmond, that a 6 does not hit.
No, sure doesn't.
No, it does not. Okay. An arrow just thuds into the ground next to you. Hitched against an outcropping, sort of buried low. You can now see who has been taking shots at you, and there is a slightly stubbier gnoll, much sturdier, stockier looking than the others. Not as tall and lean and sort of elongated. This thing is sort of a gnarled nub, with just this, like, his eyes are just almost like slits, and you just see these two kind of red eyes staring at you, and the flash of the steel of an arrowhead as he loads another shot. It is Diara.
Can I also see the person who was firing the arrows now?
No, because you're still up on the incline. You haven't gone down into the cavern.
Oh yeah. Am I still hearing this voice?
Yes. Yeah.
Where does it feel like it's coming from?
Like on the opposite side of this cavern.
So yeah, she's gonna try and cross the cavern. There's the one chick is split in half, and then there's the one firing the arrows that I can't see, and then was there a third one?
There was the one that went to attack you and then leapt down after this thing told it not to.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna follow it.
Okay, so you're gonna go down the incline. You're just gonna use your movement speed. You're not doing anything else.
No.
Okay. As you go running after it, and kind of down along, it is, I think, if you just use your movement speed. Like, are you even dashing? Like, because you can dash to 60 feet. Kind of racing down the incline towards Reggie. You can see on the other side of that column, clearly you see Sonny dead against the column. Like, he's chained there. It looks like he was beaten to death. You see the gnoll that had come to attack you now lock on Reggie. You can kind of see where Reggie's looking, and you see the arrow, and you can kind of see another one and its eyes sort of in the dark. But
Yeah.
here now and kind of further in, with the kind of the glimmer coming from that half glowing, half burning brazier a little bit further into the cave, you do see overhead there is a wooden, like a makeshift wooden bridge sort of connecting two sort of ledges about 30 feet up between, again, two kind of platforms. And there's something else moving up there.
How do you figure out how high you can jump?
Your jump is that's the jump spell. Jump D&D action. Does not require, however, part of your movement means you cannot use your full movement and choose to jump as an action. You can use the dash action when you forgot your own blah, blah, blah. How to jump in D&D, the rules for jumping. You cannot use your full movement and choose to jump. How to calculate, like you're jumping upwards, is you can jump 3 plus, with a 10 foot of a running start, you can jump 3 plus strength modifier. And if anybody in chat's like, that's not how you do it, then tell me otherwise.
My strength modifier is -1, so I'm going to say I'm not a very good jumper.
No.
Tieflings can't jump, okay? So she is going to look for a way to get up to that platform, because I'm assuming with the footsteps that's where she is supposing the voice came from.
Okay. Yeah, your eyes are kind of scanning the cavern, looking for something else as you see Regiment and this other sort of tiefling come at him. Sorry, not tiefling, Noel. Sorry, tiefling's not the brain.
I was like, what?
A tiefling. So the tiefling Noel comes out of the dark. Yeah, you.
Mother.
As it kind of goes to barrel into Reggie, you see the other one in the distance. That's where you see steps. There are steps carved into the cave here. And they in the way that this incline came out of this cavern and down and around, this is going the opposite direction, but these have been carved into the rock face.
Man-made.
Yeah, and this thing is, one of these gnolls is perched kind of within a nook there, taking shots. It went, Reggie, it's your action as this gnoll kind of, I was about to say tiefling again, as this gnoll lunges at you.
Yeah, he's barely kind of had a chance to even register Sonny and the blood that he's kind of fallen into before he kind of just gets enraged again. He's still kind of holding his great axe. He hasn't let it go since he cut your woman in half, so he's just been running with it over his head like so he's just gonna try bring it down on this stocky gnoll.
Oh, this is the gangly one that was attacking. The stocky gnoll is further ahead, so if you want to make a dash that way, you can.
I'll go for the one coming at me. Gangly gnoll it is. Yeah.
Gangly gnoll away.
That sounds good.
15 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
So damage is 11.
Okay.
I'm going to do an extra attack if that's alright.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So that is 23 to hit.
That hits. Yeah.
And 10 damage. I assume I'm still big. How long does that last for? Sorry, one sec.
Like, I know we're going between like what's happening with Anna and what's happening with you, but that is sort of concurrent. So I would say you're still big.
Okay, still big, which means an extra D8 damage. He's just going to town. So that's 6. And I think I get something else. Sorry, bear with me. Sorry, I should have had this ready. Oh yeah, when you hit a creature with an attack weapon, you can invoke the rune to summon fiery shackles. So the target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage and must succeed on the strength saving throw of DC 14 or be restrained for 1 minute.
Okay.
So does that mean it automatically takes 2d6? And then you
read that back.
Yeah, fair. Okay, the target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage and it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute.
Yeah, it would take it straight away.
Okay, so 2d6. So 1, 4, 2, 3. So an extra, another 7. And then a strength saving throw of 14.
Okay. That's an 18.
Okay.
16 plus 2. Yeah, it is that Regiment. You hack into it. It's not like one good swing this time. It's sort of a twack and another one and another one as you just almost like try to chop into this knoll with the one yellow eye. And as you do, like you see it wince and gnarl and laugh in agony as you bury your axe into kind of his hip and his thigh. It goes to bring its hand up defensively, and again, you manage to catch it kind of in the forearm. And as you do that third final swing, just these chains emanate from out of your great axe and kind of whip out at him, going to try and bind him and restrain him. He slaps the chains away, but kind of catches the flail off of the swing. And you see kind of like he is scorched a little bit, but he's not restrained. It is Mooney. It's your action.
Minnie. So Minnie pops back out of her invisibility.
Okay.
And she's in the chamber. Does she see the big knoll and the knoll that Regiment is fighting?
You can't. So you can't see the big knoll, but you can definitely see the knoll that Regiment is fighting.
And does Minnie see Diara run off?
Yes, Diara is kind of running in the direction towards what looks like to be steps.
Minnie is going to look at Regiment and see he pretty much looks like he has it under control. She's just going to whip a first level. Actually, should I do first level? Is that even worth it? No. She's going to firebolt the knoll that he's fighting.
Okay.
So let's see, +8. What is that? Oh, that should hit. 24 to hit.
That hits. Yep. That are my feelings.
It is.
Good.
2 and 5. So it does. Oh, it kind of sucks. It does 7 fire damage.
Okay. No, it still hits. And like where you watch these flaming chains just erupt out of Regiment's great axe, Mooney, you get the idea of the little matchstick girl and her little matches. And again, it's that thing of like it's like almost like scratching your fingers, like your fingernails against kind of the palms of your hands, like flicking a match, as a flicker of flame erupts and you shoot it at the knoll. You catch him kind of right under the jaw. And you singe and burn hair and skin. So he lets out a yelp of pain and the cavern kind of lights up. And there's a flicker of a moment as your eyes land on Sonny, unflinching, unmoving. And it's that thing of you can't look at him. You can't bring yourself to look at him.
No. Without peeling her eyes away from her Sonny, she's just going to try and use all her movement to catch up to Diara wherever she's going. And can I do anything as a bonus action? No, I'm not going to bother. I'll just follow Diara.
Thank God.
I missed the raid from Dopes and Dragons. Thanks, folks, for the raid. Sorry, I missed it. I was busy throwing knolls at everybody. And it is a thing, Regiment, as you kind of like you watch as this knoll with these elongated claws just sort of rip like kind of like stumble backwards, struck by a firebolt from Mooney. It still lunges and throws itself at you, and that is a 23 to hit. On the first one, and a 7-second one.
First one, not the second.
Okay. Can I do? Okay. So that is 8 piercing damage, and you are bleeding. Actually, Mooney, that reminds me, you need to make a con save, please.
That's right. Con save.
So Reggie's bleeding now too?
Yes, potentially. Oh no,
God
Reggie
damn
is
it.
bleeding. Yeah, sorry. And yeah,
Yeah, I got 6.
yeah. So you lose. You lose a d6 of your maximum hit points.
My maximum?
5.
I lose 5?
Yep. Reggie, at the end of your next turn, you'll be making a con save as well. Dayar, as you leap across, as you dash across the floor of the cavern towards those steps, again, you can hear Mooney behind you. You hear Redmond. There is the rattling of chains that you know is coming from Redmond. There is a rush of flame and heat. You spin between all of it and just maneuver past the column. You notice Sonny, but what the others don't see is cradled around him Berset, and a broken shaft of a spear sticking out of her left side.
Is she dead as well?
She hasn't reacted to anything. And give me a Dex saving throw.
Oh wait, I'm good at Dex. Not that good. Oh wait, no, +6. 18.
You manage. It's that thing of you tear your eyes away from the dead couple, like Berset and Sonny were, and like since they first arrived at Summerkeep, the two. It's unfair to say that they were inseparable. Like half of it was Berset usually chiding Sonny, and Sonny kind of making apologies for Berset always being in a bad mood, and you're trying to push those memories to one side as like tears sting, and you still like it's that thing of even now in all of this, where the fuck is Annam? You clock those steps and you have to get to them, and you skid to a stop as like a shiver runs up your back, and just 3 feet in front of you, the stinking hulking frame of a gnoll about 6.5, like 6'5", just drops in front of you. It's dead sweat heaving off its body. You see all manner of carcass sort of draped over itself, and just a sheet of steel wedged into a jagged chunk of timber, just gnarled around. It's large, thick fingers and broken claws, and just these 2 eyes looking at you. One, this mottled, dead, milky look with a deep, pronounced scar buried, and you see the eyeball itself is split. It has set there, it has healed, but it is split. And the right side of its jaw, it is gnarled and twisted. It looks almost like a knot in a tree. And there is just this chunk of a tusk or fang sticking out unnaturally from there. In its mouth, this large fang kind of sticks out, and you see that it is rotting and black, and this is what the smell comes from. And there's just this heaving, guttural laughter as it looks straight at you. You.
Do I recognize it?
You've no idea who this is or what this is. It's a gnoll, but not like anything you'd ever have seen before. You stinking little bitch. You took everything. And he's going to swing. Actually, he's not going to take a swing. He's going to try and bite you.
If he dropped into my range, do I get an attack
No,
of opportunity, or is it only when he's
if he
passing
leaves.
Okay.
And that's a nat 20 to bite you.
Uh-oh.
So that's 6 plus 6. That is 16 through damage. Dara.
Can I hellish
You can,
rebuke
but
it?
you're also going to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okey-dokey. Which will I do first?
You can hellish rebuke, and then because they're both going to happen at the same time.
Okay. 15 damage.
Okay. Does he not?
Oh, sorry. You have to do a deck save of 15.
Okay.
And
that's a 6.
what save was it?
Con save. DC 14.
I got a 3.
Okay. Ooh. And yeah.
When she hellish rebukes, she's going to call him an ugly Franken-Knoll.
Take 18 necrotic damage.
Beautiful.
But like he snaps out at you, and as his teeth, and it's that one fang, as he bites down, there is an agonizing pain. Dire. It's not that he doesn't grab your shoulder. He bites and clamps down into you the way a rabid dog would grab at something, and it's like he rips and renders you, and from that bite there is just this excruciating pain that rips through your whole body. Immediately you light up in this, like, it's just these purple flames that just rip through you, and as you do, you see that the fire just erupts around him, but he doesn't give a shit. It is, and he will go at the end because he had a shit initiative roll. It is the top of the turn order. That is an 18 to hit Reggie. That does?
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Take 8 piercing damage.
Okay. He's not happy.
And then give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'll just do that here. Dirty 20.
Okay. At this time, the arrow hits and it's sticking into your left calf. Like there's an arrow sticking out of your leg, but it's it kind of caught the flesh and it's poking through. It fucking hurts. But you're big. This thing's on top of you. You're not going fucking anywhere. Neither is it until one of you's dead, and it will be dead soon. Diara.
Is he still clamped on?
Yeah, he's still biting.
So if I try and like disengage, is that gonna be my action?
Well, it's an action to disengage.
Well, like to like free myself is the only way to do that.
Oh, he's not grappling you. He's not.
Okay.
You can pull back. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's gonna pull back and just like stare at him a little bit and just be like, I have no idea who you are. And then cast Crown of Madness.
Okay.
It's a wisdom save of 15.
That is 3.
So while you're charmed, a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head, and madness glows in his eyes. You must use your action before moving, and you can act normally if you choose not to attack.
Okay. Let's use action for action. The target can act normally on your subsequent. The target target must use its action for moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself. Okay. One humanoid of your choice. While the target is charmed this way, a twisted crown, blah, blah. The charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. The target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none are within its reach. There is nobody within its reach.
So what does that mean?
The target can act normally on its turn.
God damn it.
Well,
he still looks stupid with his stupid little crown.
On your subsequent turns, you must use your action to main.
No, Mooney is beside me, is she not?
You wanted to attack Mooney.
Well, she's bigger than me.
Okay, it will attack. He will attack Mooney on his turn.
No,
okay.
Little May.
It is
beefy. You.
What was there? It is Redmond. Any bonus actions there? Okay.
No.
Yeah. You've no idea. As you look at him, you're trying to figure it out. And it's that thing of as you stare him down and you kind of find yourself sort of putting a hand to the wound along your shoulder where his teeth found your skin and bone. You wince as just this twisted crown of jagged iron just sort of out of nothing sort of like appears and just these barbs that form the points of a crown, and you do see kind of his eyes kind of wash over as they kind of flick between you, even that one milky one that sort of sits there. And now this close to him, you see that it is weeping, like it is just a constant weep out of that damaged eye. It is Redmond, your action.
Can I do a reaction first? So when I can see this creature and it ends its turn and it's within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, you can. I just very quickly checked. The rules explicitly say on page 190 of the player's handbook, certain special ability spells and situations allow you to take a special action called a reaction. Yeah, reaction is instant response to a trigger of some kind, which can occur on your turn or on someone else's. So yes, it says you can.
Yep, great. Wisdom saving throw of DC 14.
Now, wait a minute. Yeah, you can use your action on your turn if you meet the appropriate trigger for the reaction. So yes, you can cast shield in response to an opportunity attack.
But this is stone rune.
What's the stone rune do?
Unless the save succeeds, the creature is charmed by it for 1 minute. And while charmed in this way, the creature has a speed of 0 and is incapacitated, descending into a dreamy stupor. The creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on a success. Once you invoke this rune, you can't do it again until you finish short or long.
I tell you what, since it's a charm thing, I would say yes. I don't see why that wouldn't work on your turn.
Okay.
So it's a spell save of
wisdom saving of 14.
14. And this is on
the one attack.
The one
that's just attacked out there, not the one that I'm grappling with at the moment.
Okay. Can you be double charmed?
Depends who's trying to charm you.
Well, in the sense that this one is that it can't move. I'm gonna say yes. Okay. 4.
What a dumbass.
So he can't move,
mm-hmm.
and he can't attack. The only person that he can attack is Mooney.
And he's in a dreamy stupor.
Okay. Any bonus actions? Oh, sorry. Now your actual action and bonus.
Yeah.
Action.
So my actual action is the one I'm fighting with, which is just Great Axe again. So 14 plus 8, 22.
It's
damage 7.
Oh, okay. And how do you defeat this one? How do you kill this one?
Can I cut it in half the other way?
Yep.
Balance.
It's more a case of as you kind of lock eyes on the knoll in front of Diara, just sort of shifting your weight to the other foot. The rune, the stone rune on your great axe lighting up. You lock eyes with him, but it doesn't matter as you swing. Your body turns, your hands and your arms turn, but you stay locked on that rotting knoll in front of Diara. There's a thud as the knoll to your right falls in 2 pieces.
Perfect.
Now this one.
Yeah. Wait.
My poor babies.
Why you shouldn't have made them so ugly? I mean mean. I mean stinky.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm that's it. He's gonna move towards the double charmed lads, but so he will be within 5 feet of him.
Okay. It is Mooney.
This big massive knoll that me and Diara are up against, can I see it?
Yes, yeah, you can smell it as well.
Oh no! I am going to cast Polymorph on it. And it needs to make a Wisdom save of 16.
6.
Yes! I'm going to turn it into a cute little brown badger.
Okay. Does Polymorph remove any of the other charmed? Like, is it just a badger now?
It doesn't specify. Let me see. The target assumes the hit points of his new form, so he'll have 3 hit points. Creatures limited actions. It doesn't say. Let me see.
I mean, a badger probably can't be charmed.
If a creature is polymorph charmed, then no, so this is such a weird condition. Polymorph doesn't say that it removes any other effects when it's dispelled ends. Would the creature's normal form be charmed? I would say yes, he's still charmed. So he still can't move. He still wants to kill you, Mooney. And yeah, but he is now a badger.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's too cute to kill. Unless it's still got a weepy eye and stinks.
Oh.
It does. Like, it still retains those sort of characteristics of itself. So it is just this disgusting self.
Minnie can see that the other Noel is dead. And we just have this badger now.
And the one firing off arrows.
Oh no. Minnie's going to try. Oh no, that would have been my action. Well, Minnie is just going to approach the badger Noel. And she's just going to prepare. She's going to try and like corral it into the corner. Her next action, she's going to try and pick it up.
Okay. So at this point, a blast of wind comes through the cavern, and it's that first moment, Diara, as it hits you, and it's I think, wait a minute, you can feel water. And immediately, as you sort of glance over your shoulder, rushing through that chasm, that little cavern, that hole in the wall that you had glided through, you just see water rush out and start to spill down the 2 sides of the cavern here. Running with it almost swept off his feet, you see and hear Toblin.
Byron?
Sorry, why do I keep saying Toblin? I've had Toblin in my... Random DMs, sorry, yeah. Random DMs. Toblin Stonehills here, everybody.
Yeah, it's a multiverse.
From a multiverse. I've had Toblin in my head, and I was like, it's not Toblin, it's Byron. I've even written down in my notes, it's Byron. And I still said Toblin. God damn, this is the joys of doing too many games.
You're so perfect.
Byron is he's running, and he's swept off his feet as this rush of water catches him, and he comes spilling out. At this moment, Anim, the lid of the tomb opens, and a long slender grey skin hand just grips the edge. And where it holds the stone, you see it almost crumble under its touch, as if blasted by 1,000 years worth of winds, wearing, eroding, and diminishing. And a form made of smoke and mist drags itself out. It turns to face you, and you see the visage of a woman, almost as if she was wearing a veil. And there is a moment of that sort of, you're not sure if it's recognition, familiarity, nostalgia. It's as if all your senses are overloaded. Hope springs eternal, withers and dies, and her hand reaches out for you. Despair. Groom lives again. And you see Byron just like, no, as he gets to his feet and holding up his staff, just sort of lift it up. Lomar, I beseech you. And there is a flash of light that fills the cavern. And there is, on your door, a pounding sound as each of you is dragged out of your sleep.
What the fuck?
William, I told you, I'm not ringing that bell again, and you clearly hear Eileen Sapras. And it's that thing, you find yourselves just sort of whipped around. I think, oh, that was a dream. And Diara, it's that thing of like, oh, there's an ache in your shoulder. We're like, oh, you was just slept on it badly. Mooney, there is almost like a cold sweat pulling at you as I think of like, oh, what? Oh, it's that thing of you can't quite remember the dream. Redmond, you had the best dream of your life. You
put two people in half.
You chopped, you chopped down like it was a thing of not everything. Like swaths of armies fell beneath your feet. And again, you hear the ringing of a bell, and outside, you can hear Byron shouting at recruits. And you hear all of these things, Annam. And as you feel the bed beneath you, and you can smell Reggie's feet and the odor that kind of clings to the room and that familiarity of this space, it all feels wrong. And just as you move out of the bed and you kind of steady yourself in this space and in this world, you hear something fall, rattle, and then sort of spin. And there is a small, dull coin at your feet. And you remember everything. And we'll leave the session there.
Damn it.
Oh god, it's good to be back. It's good to be tormented.
Why did you do this?
None of us except Annam remember.
Do we get a long rest?
Oh, you're well rested.
Too long rest.
So Adam's the only
well
one that
rested, my friend.
remembers.
Yep.
Make sure he tells
Oh my
us.
god. God damn it, what is happening?
No.
Now, did you take notes this time?
Sure did.
I'm not saying that we have like a code word for when we're stuck in a time loop.
We absolutely do. It's Badger.
Badger.
That's also the code word for I need to use the bathroom and don't want anyone to know. And
thank you so much to Emma, Richard, Eilish, and Kat. This was Beyond Horizon's Edge, Chapter 5, Buried Deep below. I'm Declan, and I've been your Dungeon Master this session. We are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts who just love telling stories. And if that sounds like your jam and you want to check out more of what we do, you can find us on social media at D8 Dungeon. We're on all the big platforms. We release a podcast called Romancing the Dungeon every second Friday, though there's no new episode this week because somebody had to get married. Selfish shithead. And we have a show called Random DMs, which is invading my brain. Hence why I was calling Byron my NPC Toblin every second Thursday. We just kicked off last week, so there'll be a new episode next week. This Wednesday, instead of normally Thursday, we've got a very special of Ben and Declan on a roll, because Declan will not be on a roll. Amber will be on a roll. So it's Ben and Amber on a roll, and they're talking about player agency and player experiences at the table. And I got to interview Keith from D&D Era about their upcoming event in Tullamore with some live D&D, so you have to check out the class. And I'm just going to mention our friends over at Mystery Dice Goblin. If you use the code D8 at checkout, and if you're buying, if you need some dice, if you're like, you know what, my dice didn't roll well enough today, or in my last session, and you use the code D8 at the Mystery Dice Goblin checkout, not only do you get your hands on some new, fun, awesome dice, it would be handy if I could do the command, but I can't. So somebody else do it. Would you mind? Because I'm trying to do it on my phone and talk at the same time, and I can't multitask.
Keep going.
Mystery Dice Goblin, purveyors of amazing D&D goodies, accessories, and dice. So treat yourself to some. And we get, if you use the code D8, you get 15% off your order, and we get a portion of those sales, which helps us commission artists and work with composers and do all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, okay. That was it. We're back in 2 weeks' time on the 29th of April for Chapter 6, What Secrets We Know. And we'll leave it there. See you then.
See you later.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.